second as Welcome to EIP Editing Office Hour meeting number 99. In this meeting, we are going to cover both on EIPs and ERC's GitHub repositories. On agenda, we have proposals to be reviewed for the status change, going into last call review, a few miscellaneous and a bunch of draft proposals for review. We are joined by editor Joachim Brauer today. Welcome, Joachim.
Hey.
Maybe we can get started. We are also joined by a few authors, so maybe we can get started by reviewing the PRs on chat. The first one is for ERC, PR number is 1734.
Yes, let's get started. All right. Move to the last call. Right. Let's see. Because I think that's like going to be very nitpicky, but I think our policy is that we have a last call for at least 2 weeks, right?
That's correct. 14
Okay.
days.
Yes. Okay. So because this is from Cyber Sentry, could you update this date that when I approve this, this is more than 2 weeks because now it's 11 days.
Yeah, got it. I'll knock that on now, and I'll send it straight through.
Thank you. Then I will approve it if you push it.
All right, the next one we have got here today is 1679. You are already there.
Yes.
Some dropped there some comments and I fixed them.
Cool. Okay, let's see. Okay, it says here regulated agent mandate, but it's abbreviated as RAMS. Is that correct?
And standard.
Okay.
So regulated agent mandate standard.
Oh, okay. Okay, but yeah, okay. So like our policy is that we want these the abbreviations to be defined, and well, now we have to guess what this S is. So I will comment it so you can
I
directly.
thought that we couldn't write standard, that's why.
Okay. Wait, so you could not write standard? Was it flagged by something? Let me see, where do I have this? Wait. Yeah, so we always add these URLs to the RFCs. So I will directly suggest it. 8174. Let's see, maybe this is a very dumb question, but Ethereum as an attestation service, this is not on ERC, right?
Yes.
So it's not an ERC, right? Or is
No,
it?
no, it's not an ERC.
Okay, okay, yeah. Yeah, thanks. Yeah, Pooja, maybe like a more general question, like these kind of like maybe this is more common in ERCs, but these kind of variables, these are like, well, it's pretty clear, I think, what it means. But these are like solidity concepts, and these are not these do not exist in like all languages. Do we have like some kind of policy? Yeah, I think not, because that would not make sense. But yeah.
Yeah, I mean, if it is added there as a part of a specification or explanation, we do not have a strict policy around that, but it is generally recommended to provide something which is generic for all languages.
I see. Yeah, I think, yeah, I mean, this is like so clear. I think it could not be interpreted as otherwise. Yeah, I think that's fine. Yeah. Yeah, I'm more thinking about like, but that's like a hypothetical thing. Like you could of course imagine that in 10 years, Solidity is not the leading language anymore. And that these kind of constants then might not be well defined, but yeah.
Yeah, definitely we can think about it and try to come up with some, instructions around that so authors can follow, maybe added in contributing.md going forward.
Yeah, maybe that's an idea. Yeah, we can discuss that at an EIP ERC. Yeah.
That's
Okay.
right.
Yeah, cool. Oh, whoops. I should not click random links.
Sorry.
Yeah, so I added these two URLs. I think you can also see this comment. If you can add that, and there is like this SOA.
Okay.
If you do that, then I think it's fine. I only want to check the required EIPs, ERCs.
I'll fix that in few before we finish the meeting.
Yeah. Yeah, could you also check like the requirements ERCs? Because let's see, this is not
Nothing required in there, just the 165.
okay. All right. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. If you apply these comments, then I can merge it. Let's see, because this was also resolved, I think.
Amazing. I just added the. Okay. Perfect.
Cool. I think we can move to the next one. Yeah, if these comments are resolved, then we can merge it.
Next.
Nice. Let's see, it's 2043. Oh no, wait, that's an issue.
Next one is Orions 1723.
Yeah.
Cool. I can give maybe like a 1 minute intro if you
Yeah.
want. I guess starting it. Me and a colleague at OpenSea wrote this spec. We really liked 8004, which is an agent registry, but we were realizing a couple of patterns were kind of emerging. One is that we thought that there would be this kind of like almost like a paid marketplace for tools to emerge. Right now, tools and skills are mostly free and open source. But we were thinking that these paid skills were going to emerge. And then in addition to that, the X402 has allowed for agents to pay for a per tool call basis. But we also thought that, living in the world of NFTs and subscriptions and different types of access gating, that this would be helpful as well, because an NFT collection may develop a tool for just their members, or you can create an NFT collection to create kind of a membership base that allows you to call into tools that you may develop. So the registry is pretty simple. You register your tool, and then we have this concept called predicates, and a predicate contract is what you look at to see how you're gating the membership. So it could say you need ownership of an NFT collection, you need an NFT subscription that is active, but could also expand to being like validating ZK proofs or off-chain attestations or different kinds of things. So it leaves the predicate layer very open for people to kind of develop, but it leaves the registry kind of a bit simple and dumb so that people can use it as one place to register and then create different kinds of ways to show whether you can access this tool for calling. And then you would publish like a well-known manifest at your URL and have a Kesak hash of that, and that helps kind of lock it down so that people can't just you're always your tool at your URL is the one that's pointing to like the registry information.
Cool, nice. And this also got some traction, right? Because I understood that on X you got like what was it, 250k views?
Yeah. or the tweet I had announcing this had 270,000 impressions, which blew our expectations out of the water. So yeah, we had a lot of support. Jesse from Base kind of like replied to it, and a couple other people. Also, is it Vito, or what's his name, at the Ethereum Foundation? He works on AI. Yeah, Vito, Vitto. So
Cool.
he also expressed support. So I'll be reaching out to him to chat about this too.
Nice. Yeah, exciting. Yeah, just going to comment like these very small things. Like we always link these. So 2 1. Yes. Yes, and also like abbreviations. So this CAIP or CAPE, or I don't know. We need to define them.
Sure.
Just wondering if the CAP, I understand it's a standard for chain agnostic. I am not very sure like how do we mention it or use it, because we are obviously not providing any link here. We might want to check if the links are permissible for CAIP, and we can perhaps use that in the proposal in order to give full context to the readers.
Okay, let me actually check, because so I'm not just for the audience, like I'm not super deep into ERCs, so you might think like, why does this person not know what an CAIP is? But okay, so this, as I now see it, this seems to be well, it looks like an EIP, but it's not. It's an CAIP. And yeah, maybe we should discuss this at an EIP IP meeting, but I understand that this is maybe like another repository or well, something what we might want to add to the trusted URLs.
Yeah, right. That's what I'm proposing. Perhaps
Okay.
we need to go back and check if CAIPs are allowed to be linked. If not, then we can make a proposal to make it permissible.
Yeah, I'm fairly sure that this is
Under
not...
5757 it is done. Oh yeah, you can check it in EIP 1, but how to make a proposal is explained in EIP 5757. Oh, it is allowed. Yes, very well.
Nice. Okay, this is interesting because I've never...
Yeah.
Wow. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
I learned something new today. Okay, then we should link to these CAIPs.
Cool. Can do that.
Nice. Okay, great. That's cool that we already have this. Okay. Yeah, maybe just as a general comment, because I just raised like the point. Okay, should we like make like some like these examples like in a more general sense that we should not target solidity? But I guess that actually does not make a lot of sense, because like everyone, well, not everyone, but most developers use solidity. So then to use like to abstract this language in order to be like more future proof, I think that doesn't have like any practical value at this point. But yeah, like if solidity at some point gets replaced, then we should be aware that these specifications might also be get outdated. But yeah, I would not see that happening in the next year or so. So here in this talks you say without canning anything, but I would assume this could be somewhat ambiguous, because what is this calling? What is it? Is it like an EVM call, or is it like a function call within your contract?
Yeah, I think it meant more doing it as a call rather than as in a transaction scope. Because there's a has access and then there's a try has access. So I think the try has access shouldn't have any kind of like state effects. But I can clarify that. Sure.
Yeah, I mean, maybe it's also like some nitpicky comment, but yeah, like in EVM sense, like a call would mean like a call to an external access. But oh yeah, okay, it's a view. Yeah, okay. Yeah, maybe it's also clear from the context, but yeah, maybe like the word call can be interpreted in multiple ways. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, I can reword a bit. I could make it because the word call, as you say, is kind of in the EVM context has its own.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Yeah, I'm not sure if you maybe are doing this, but if you could like link to all the CAIP references in the ERC. Yeah, cool.
And one another piece of suggestion here, when you are trying to add the link to CAIPs, try to use the commit link if possible, because sometimes our bot become picky and it does not generally accept .md directly because this is outside the repository.
Okay, the commit link as opposed to like the main branch for the URL?
Yeah, whatever you are referring for this particular proposal, because it is possible that it gets updated in future.
That's true, yeah. Okay.
Yeah, that's actually also like an interesting point in general, because is this... Yeah, okay. Yeah, that's actually a very good point from Pooja, because so the CAIP is still a review, so it could still change. Like this is from 2020, and maybe this is like a very generally used CAIP. But yeah, it could indeed change. So indeed, this should be permalink, because you could reference something in the CAIP, and that might change tomorrow. Yeah.
Well, that also brings to another point of discussion for editors. Maybe we can discuss it in EIP IP meeting. Generally speaking, we do not allow any proposal in Ethereum repository to be there if the proposal's status is not superseded with the existing proposal. For example, if we are referring to another proposal, that proposal must be in either final status or in last call or something like that. By the time this proposal gets to that final status, that is already merged there. I don't know how do we want to deal with this, because it seems to be in review for over 6 years now. Yeah. But yeah, having a commit will help there. It's another discussion point.
Yeah, that's actually a good point. Pooja, could you add this discussion to the next EIP IP meeting? Because I think, like for practical purposes, I would say we might not want to do that. But on the other hand, I don't know. I think that permalinking it should also solve this issue somewhat.
Yeah, that's right. But I will include it.
Yeah, the challenge is, as an author, that's out of my control. Like how CIP does their own, process. Of course, 6 years is like it's a bit too long, but like it's hard for me as an individual person for them to move to final in order for it to be a requirement for mine to move to final. But I see where you're coming from. It makes sense that you can't really finalize a spec if you're depending on other things that aren't finalized.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, so that would indeed, that's also my feeling, because like for like practical purposes, this would then not be handy, because this would then it would essentially mean that a lot, if you would reference this CAIP, then you could like hang in a review for 6 years in this case, or maybe longer, and that's of course also not what we want. But yeah, this permalink should at least that should address this problem. Yeah, because like in the end you want the ERCs and the EIPs all to be self-contained is not the right word here, but that it is clear also in the future like what you actually meant at that point. And yeah, the permalink should point to whatever you were linking to at that point. So that's a good one. Yeah. Aha, Unicode normalization form C. It's not near field communication. Nice. This is the first time I see this one. Yeah, cool. Yeah, okay. I think the BOM is the byte order mark, right? let's see, there are like there's a reference implementation which uses like a major minor scheme, and there is also like in here there's also semantic versioning, but here you also use the patch. Is that correct?
Yeah, the major minor was just for the registry itself, and then this is for the tooling metadata.
Okay, cool, yeah.
Oops, yeah, looks like there's a
Yeah, exactly.
backtick missing. I'll do that.
Yeah, if you could also check because so the CARP these would need URLs, but also the RFCs. I think there are also some RFCs in them without the URL.
Yeah.
And this is like just because if you read it, it's so handy if you can just click on this thing. That's just handy. Yeah. Is this correct? This slash here? Should it not be, or is this comment maybe incorrect?
Oh yeah, the comment looks incorrect. I think above is the two comments above. It says the 19 format has like the slash, and then
I see it. Yeah.
yeah. So let me fix that that comment there.
Yeah, this might also be like super nitpicky, but isn't there like an ERC or maybe an EIP which mentions like the naming of Ethereum itself? Because should this not be then Ethereum mainnet?
Yeah, that's what the chain ID is there, and that's what like the cap 19 is.
Okay. So this is already part of that. Okay.
Yeah, so the chain ID should be included.
I see. Okay. Yeah.
I think you like this part, Joachim, the verifiability. Yeah, you're mentioning that. Yeah, I think one big gap here for the AI tooling is, yeah, how can you reproduce it? How can you get kind of proofs that what was actually done was done by the calling?
Nice. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, but so this T attestation, I think this is also an abbreviation. Yeah. Could you define this abbreviation?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Cool. Yeah, this is very interesting. The human readable summary of the verifiability setup. Do we also have the trust me bro verifiability?
Do we have to what?
The trust me bro verifiability. Sorry, it's a bad joke. Just trust me. Yeah, and also the E2EE.
Mm-hmm.
Is this also something which could be used for like something like verifiable hardware or like verifiable sensors?
Yeah, what was your question about it?
Yeah, just like a general question, like this ERC, like could it also like target verifiable hardware or like verifiable sensors? A sensor, yeah.
Yeah, yeah. The idea is, I think kind of these type of SS stations will evolve over time, but there is a way to have kind of hardware tested and then be able to give proofs that shows that the hardware ran what they're saying it ran.
Right. Okay, interesting. Yeah. Cool.
Yeah, there's just some providers that are starting to support this. I think Venice AI is one that you can actually choose a model and a calling type that would give you hardware attested TEE, which is pretty cool. So I think it's the future of this.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. I like because this is maybe like more from an AI perspective, but I was thinking also a bit more like as an agent. Well, that would be like a very static agent, but like as a sensor reporting these things. But that might be like beyond the scope of this ERC because this targets mostly. Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. Maybe like as a general comment, like the audited source and the proprietary source, like these could technically also be like the same thing, right? Because if you have a proprietary source, then you could just make it audited by, well, setting up a third-party auditor, which is actually yourself. But yeah, if that makes sense.
Yeah, I think audited is one level higher. If you have a third-party auditor like releasing a report, then it would kind of go to that next level.
Right. Yeah, but I mean, like in a setup like that would of course also indicate like people will might have malicious intent. But if you would set up like a shell company or like whatever to use that as a third-party auditor, then you technically are audited. Yeah. I mean, I'm always thinking like, how can this be abused and what can go wrong?
No, of course. Yeah. The goal is to make it as trustless as possible. But yeah, third party can mean it's a kind of opaque, what you have to look into what that third party is to understand if it's a real trusted third party.
Exactly. Yeah. Let's see. I think this ACE encoding is also not. Oh wait, it's SK. Okay, yeah. Okay, let's directly label it. At least I assume that this is ACE.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is also a bit awkward because here we also have abbreviations, but yeah, DNS is I think well known. TLS also, but yeah, I mean, it's also like part of what, like, how do you say this? Like, what bubble you are from? Because if you are from like some other bubble, then you might not know what TLS is. Yeah, okay. Okay, I think for style, like this is also. Wait, is it solidity? You might want to add syntax highlighting here.
Yeah, let me clarify that. But yeah, it's just kind of pseudocode.
Yeah. Oh, it's pseudocode. All right. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, here you refer to check 4, but what is this check 4? Maybe because I think this is the 4th item in this list, but it's a bullet list. So if you convert it to a numbered list, then it's clear.
Joachim,
Yes.
we are at time, so I just wanted to maybe tell you that if you can maybe take this one async, it seems a new proposal, it might require more thorough review.
Mm-hmm.
But in the meantime, I believe the other guy has already fixed the suggestions that you have suggested for PR number
That one.
1679. Yes, that's right. Yes. So we can merge that.
Yes.
And I also see, while you are reviewing it, I'm just mentioning it, I also see Alex Forrest on the call, which is here for EIP 4337. That is another very important proposal, and we would love to see that proposal go to final. So if you could maybe take a look at it async and just merge it for last call if everything is all right, or maybe leave your comments.
Yes. Which one was this?
Thank you.
Yeah, and one last piece of information for authors joining here today. If you are on ECH Discord, we can obviously communicate it there. But one another way of letting the world know about this EIP or ERC that you are contributing to Ethereum repository as a standard is PEEP and EIP. So we do invite you all to maybe talk about your proposal on PEEP and EIP to share with the rest of the world, especially the use cases and why that is considered as Ethereum standard. So please reach out to us for scheduling one.
Yeah, Pooja, the EIP or the ERC which you just mentioned, which one was it?
It is in the last call, 4337.
433. This one.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. And of course, Ryan, so you are already reviewing it. So yeah, if you can maybe quickly take a look, because I noticed that the author has implemented all the comments suggested by Sam Wilson from the last meeting.
Mm-hmm.
So, and I also know that there are a lot of proposals which requires 4337 to move to the final status. So if we can move this one faster, it will help many other proposals.
Right. Okay. Let me then indeed do this. Yeah. Let's see, because if.
Sorry for the interruption, Ryan, but I hope the proposal will be reviewed.
Yeah, no problem at all. I didn't mean to take up so much time, but yeah, I appreciate the review, and I'll get through all the things you highlighted.
Yeah, Ryan, I will finish reviewing your one after this call.
Cool. Thank you.
But indeed, like these high content ERCs, yeah, it just takes a lot of time. But you also don't want to rush these kinds of things. Okay, this is about 2. Right. Okay. Mm-hmm. Mm. Let's see if indeed I think all these comments will need to be solved. Mm-hmm. All right. Yes, I think this looks fine. Let's merge it. Okay. Yeah, Ryan, I will review your one after this call, and yeah, I guess this is it for today. Only 3, so yeah, big ERCs.
Big,
Yeah.
yes, we made big progress here today. Yes, and of course there are a bunch of other PRs. Whenever editors get a chance, they take a look at it. This is what we can do in 1 hour. Hope to see everyone in the next call. Thank you everyone for taking out time for today.
Thank you so much. Have a nice night.
Thank you.